Hi. So Danielle, can you hear us? We can't hear you.
Now you can hear me.
Yes.
Thank you so
Hi.
much. Thanks for letting me know, Adrian. I really appreciate that. So as I was saying on mute, this is Adrian Mail, our president and CEO for our Day of Giving. For the United Way, and here to join us for our Day of Giving. And we also, we're going to be doing United Way 101 right now. So we're going to be doing, sharing with everyone what exactly is the United Way, what do we do with your donation, and how do we work as an organization. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Adrian, and then Adrian, you can just let me know whenever you want me to play that video.
Yeah, well, first, I think I just want to kick it off by saying thank you, Danielle. Danielle is still somewhat new to United Way. She'll be with us a year in December, our marketing strategist, and this was really her thing. So she's done a beautiful job on this Day of Giving, and it really couldn't come at a better time or a better year. I know that we're all struggling with COVID and with being distanced, and this is still a really great way to connect in with what United Way is doing. And as much as we'd like to be together, it's the safest way. So thank you, Danielle. Thank you to our campaign committee who has really made this possible. Thank you to Siobhan. Listening to you got me really excited again about United Way, which I always am. So I want to share lots about United Way and what we do and what we're going to do with these wonderful donations. But let's start off with a video and then we'll come back for more.
Huh? I don't get it. So you've heard about United Way and you just want to know what the heck do they do with all those donations? It's like when I go out trick-or-treating and get all that candy. And my mom's like, what the heck did you do with all that candy? Well, Mom, I ate it. But I'm positive United Way does not eat anyone's donations. Okay, let me give you one example of what United Way does with the money that people give. I'm 10 years old, and sometimes people forget about kids like me. Maybe because we're short. But not that long ago, United Way wondered, hey, what's going on with kids between 6 and 12 years old? They knew about little kids and teenagers, but not much about kids like me. You know what they found out? That more than half of the grade 4 kids said they were unhappy. And outside of school, kids have 67 hours a week with nothing to do. That's not healthy. So United Way took all this stuff that kids told them and shared it with the government, teachers, and parents to find a solution. Together they decided the solution is to make safe places that are right inside schools. What a great idea! Where all kids can go after class to do things like play soccer, get help with homework, and make new friends. Places where kids are number one. Places where kids don't have to worry about bullying, money, or food. United Way can make sure there are safe places for kids like me to go after school. And that was only one example. I could talk all day about the hundreds of different ways United Way helps all kinds of people. Stay tuned for our next video to learn more.
So, Adrian, welcome back. We have the next portion of our segment, which is going to be me asking you questions about the United Way. I think I have a unique perspective, being that it is my first year here, and coming on board and leading the organization was very exciting for me, but it was also a learning experience as to all that the United Way is and everything that we're doing. So I would love to go ahead and start off with our first question, which is very basic. What is the United Way and how does it work?
Yay! It's my favorite thing to talk about. But I'll admit that when I took over, I also was like, "What is this thing? I don't know." So that was 2015, and I've learned a lot since then. So United Way, of course, is a nonprofit organization. We are here in Columbia and Montour counties, serving all of Columbia and Montour, with the exception of Berwick. And the way I like to explain it is United Way is a worldwide organization, but we stay very local with our United Way. We'll talk about our connection to United Way worldwide in a second. But basically, what we do this time of year is fundraise money. We give that money out to 26 fantastic nonprofit organizations right here in Columbia and Montour counties. All of the money that we give out goes to nonprofits that do programming in either health, education, or financial stability. And that keeping people safe and secure in their homes is really one of the biggest things that, that's a problem here in our area. So the other thing that we do, and it's what we do year round, is community impact, which we're going to be talking a lot about in the next 24 hours. But essentially what that means is understanding the needs of our area, right, again, here, local Columbia and Montour counties. And then once we understand the needs, we want to try to fix them. Some of the needs are really big and we're still working on them. Some of the things are a little bit more basic and we're able to, to solve those problems. But we are never the experts in the situation. We love to work with our partner organizations and all of the other fantastic nonprofit, for-profit. It's always a partnership. We work with people who are experts in whatever field we're trying to tackle to work on those needs. So we bring people together. It used to be around a table. Now it's around Zoom and say, hey, how do we work on education in our community? How do we work on health? How do we work on financial stability? So we identify that problem, we bring people together, and then hopefully with your dollars, we work to fix those issues. So that's basically what United Way does. We give money out, we work on problems. So Danielle, I'll leave it to you for the next question.
Yes. Hold on one second. I'm back. So thank you for sharing that. I think that gives a really great view of the overall structure. So what is United Way? Because we've talked about it being at a local level, but with a global impact. So what is our local United Way's relationship to United Way worldwide as a greater organization?
Absolutely. So this is one that sometimes gets a little confusing because we are a part of a worldwide organization, which does some really great things, like gives us a great name, sometimes gives us partnerships. But our United Way here in Columbia and Montour counties is actually completely autonomous. So we do pay dues to United Way to be a United Way organization. We do that annually. But other than that, United Way, we can take lead from them. They give us help and some tips, and actually these times, during these times, they've given us great conferences. But we have a local board of people from our area, fantastic board members, and thank you to them, a little shout out to them, who, along with our great staff, help us to make all of the decisions here on a local level. So while we are connected to United Way worldwide, there's a lot of times a big misconception that we're sending a ton of money outside the area. We're sending a ton of money to United Way worldwide. We do pay those dues. But basically, all of the other money that we fundraise here in our area stays in Columbia and Montour counties. Unless the donor tells us otherwise. So there are some cases where we have people who work here in Columbia and Montour County, but might live in another area or used to live in another area, want to support another great organization outside the area. We will always honor a donor's designation where they want to send their money. We also send to other United Ways. But for the most part, most of the money that we get here stays right here, and we have a real commitment to that.
I think that leads us right into the next question, which is, how do our dollars stay local? I know that when people give to the United Way, they may be thinking that they're giving to this global organization, but one of the things that I have learned is that it really is about making an impact here at home. So could you go into a little more about how our local dollars stay local?
Yeah, absolutely. So every year after our annual campaign, we kick off in the fall of every year and we finish in the spring. We have a great group of people, a grants committee that comes in. We ask all of our partner agencies every single year to submit an application so that we know exactly what we're funding. making sure that we are really clear about where our donors' dollars go is extremely important to us. We really take that very seriously. Our partner agencies, who I know we're going to talk about in a little bit more detail in the future, are all really high quality. When you give to United Way, you know that you're giving to organizations here in Columbia and Montour County that are doing the right thing. We do that by checking in with them much more than annually, I'm sure they'll tell you. But annually, we have them fill out an application, and our grants committee, again, also made up of all local volunteers, some United Way board members, some people from the outside community, because we want to make sure to make it really transparent as a process as we can. We read through all of those applications, and then the grants committee makes recommendations to our board of directors, which we approve. So that's how we make sure that all of the money that comes in from the campaign is put into our community, into our partner agencies in a really responsible way. This year, for the first time in many, many years, at least 6, probably about 10, we were able to add some new partner agencies, which we'll be talking about soon. We're very proud of that. And we, over the past 5 years, have had a commitment to increase the number of organizations that we're supporting. In a little bit of a tough process, but we were able to do it. So really, you know that when you give to our local United Way, you're supporting 26 great organizations. And as an added bonus, again, over the last 5 or 6 years, we've been able to add in some additional programs like United in Recovery, a revolving car loan, Healthy Fit Club. That is all money that that does not come out of our campaign. So the money that you give tonight will go to our partner agencies, or hopefully over the next 24 hours, will go to our partner agencies. All of the additional programming that we bring in is all grant funded. So, so kind of an added bonus that you get when you give to United Way.
That's great. And I think you started to touch on this too. Like, what exactly is a partner agency and how does that relationship work?
Absolutely. So to go back, actually, it's kind of usually where I always start. United Way was really founded on the idea that if one organization was able to do the fundraising for all of the area nonprofits, that it would allow those nonprofits to really stick to their mission, which I think every nonprofit in Columbia and Montour County would tell you would be like totally ideal if they didn't have to focus on fundraising and could just stick to their mission. Unfortunately, 100 plus years later, that's just not how things are anymore. Fundraising does not all come through us, maybe a good thing. But basically, and so it's partner agencies, yes. So basically, our partner agencies have been with us. We've actually been a United Way here in Columbia, Columbia County at least, for over 60 years, 65 years. And some of our partner agencies have been with us since the very beginning, actually. So those partner agencies, again, are all organizations like our YMCA, the Red Cross, partners that have been with us for a really long time. Over the years, as more nonprofits have come into our area, we have opened up our grant process to those organizations. It is an application process, basically. And like I said, we haven't been able to open that up for many, many years. We have made, through our board, a real commitment to open up those applications, because we do think it's important to fund as many nonprofits in our area as we can, but we also want to make sure that they're getting good money. So it's been a real balancing act. But basically, to become a partner agency, it is an application process. It's not always open, and it's not an easy process. We want to know what programs we're funding. We want to know about financials. We want to know about board members. We want to know about past history. We want to know about sustainability, what's happening in the future. So all of the organizations that we're supporting have really worked to be those partner agencies, and we really rely on them too for a lot of things.
Yes, I think that one of the things that I found most interesting about the vetting process was that it really is a vetting process, that a partner agency is a partner agency because we've done the research. We know that they're a stable nonprofit. We've seen that they, one of the things that I know that you and I talk a lot about is they have an infinite mindset. They're looking to the future. They're not stuck in the past. So they're addressing real issues in real time and also adapting. I think we definitely saw that with COVID this year. So just watching and being in awe of our partner agencies, just really adapting and adjusting for this pandemic, this global pandemic we're all living through. But so that, I think, is something that our audience should know, is that when you give to the United Way, you know that you're giving to to organizations and nonprofits that have accountability and have gone through a very rigorous process to become a partner agency and to have that that title and that relationship with us. So I thought that was, it makes me feel very confident about where my dollar is going when I'm giving it to the United Way. So I think we touched on this a little bit already, but did you want to elaborate on our areas of impact? I know we've talked about them being in income, health, and education. So I didn't know if there was anything else that you wanted to share on those. I know that we talk about them, like, in our language, we call them like our areas of impact, but that really is dealing with those specific partner agencies that really focus in on those areas that we view as important building blocks in a healthy community.
Yeah, and I mean, Danielle, I think you just said it so well, but I will also mention that, you know, when I was brought on in 2015, it was really with the idea that we needed to dig deep into understanding what our community's needs are. This whole new community impact model is all about understanding your local community. And so for, you know, for a good year, a year and a half, I sat in meetings, I listened, you know, I touched base with our partner agencies and many more to understand what our needs are. We looked at a lot of community impact needs assessments. We looked at Geisinger's Community Action Agency, CSO does one as well. We did our own, and we actually also held focus groups in the community. We really wanted to know. And amazingly enough, you know, after probably 4 years, we finally said, okay, we've got to pick our areas of impact. We've got to really say, like, you know, what means the most to us. And as we sifted through all of the data and people's comments, what we came up with was education, income, and health. We focus a lot and probably most of our energy on that basic and emergency needs, the financial stability piece, because truly, again, keeping people safe and secure in their homes is one of our biggest issues. Rents are very expensive here, add in utilities, and we'll talk more too about our ALICE population, but it's very hard just to keep people, you know, going. And it's not people who are unemployed. It's people who a lot of times are, you know, two income household, you know, two individuals trying to make ends meet. And still with the rents in our area, it's really tough. We also focus a lot on education and mentorship. We will hear tomorrow from Brianna, who is our new AmeriCorps Vista, who's focusing specifically on that because we know it's so important. And then the health and wellness piece too, we'll hear about it. And then we'll also hear from Olivia Oden, who's our stigma reduction and education specialist, because we know that substance use disorder, you know, is so prevalent in our communities, and we really wanted to be supporting people both in active addiction and who are in recovery in our communities. So those are our community impact areas. We're going to hear a lot about them, but they're, you know, along with the fact that they're United Way Worldwide's key building blocks, they're also truly ours right here in our area. And we know because we've done the work. Someone actually just asked me the other day if we'll, you know, continue to assess those. And we assess them every day in meetings and in listening. We'll always check back on needs assessments, but I feel pretty secure in saying that those are our area's biggest needs, and we'll continue to focus on them.
Yeah, I will I will concur that we do check in quite a bit with folks. And again, that I think that also goes back to allowing our donors to understand that this is an ongoing process. Like, this isn't just a one and done. And, you know, we do this every year. We vet this out every year. We get feedback every year. And we really use that to assess how we move forward. And you mentioned United in Recovery. Now, that itself is a community impact outflow of the community impact model, and a very specific United Way program. So does United Way have other programs?
We do. We have lots of other programs, actually. Some are ours, some are others. So our revolving car loan is one of the other ones that we are the most proud about. That is actually a program owned by Community Strategies Group, not a partner agency, but a true partner of the United Way. We work on that jointly. They own the program, if you will. We fund the program through grants and donor dollars. We also have got a great Healthy Fit Club. We know that childhood obesity is a huge issue, and our Healthy Fit Club focuses on 1st through 4th graders. And we kick that off at the beginning of every year with our partner agencies in the health world. So Danville Area Community Center, Bloomsburg's YMCA, and the N4Cs in Benton. And we love that it's a multi-location program. And then one that people don't know very much about, because it's not often highlighted, is our free volunteer tax program, which is another one of our biggest programs, and a huge partnership with Bloomsburg University. We use students in the accounting department, and they come and do hundreds of tax returns every year for individuals who aren't able to pay for their own tax returns or who really depend on that money. And even the $100 to H&R Block takes a big cut of what they need. So we're figuring out how to do that again this year with COVID. But many programs, some big, some small, many that I haven't mentioned.
That's great. Thank you so much for helping to clarify that, and to share what we've been working on in our programs. I'm very proud of our programs, and I'm very proud about how they came to be. As we said in that process, like they are a direct result of needs in the community and us really stepping in and answering those needs. And that's one of the things that I love about the United Way, is that it's very much on the front foot and not so much on the back foot. It's ready to go in and adjust and shift and see where the most need is, and then we move to do the most good by bringing together organizations with the needs. So I love that the United Way is a connector and a facilitator in bringing the need together with the answers. So I like that gets me very excited about being a part of this organization. Did we want to talk about the community fund, or share on what that is, and what is the community fund?
Yeah, and so the community fund is another pot of money that is usually up and running. Now this year we have decided to hold off on funding out of the community fund, only because we want to make sure that as many dollars as possible are going into the community to support our partners with COVID relief. But that has really just been put on hold, and hopefully we'll be back up and running very soon. But the community fund is a quarterly grant process where any nonprofit in Columbia and Montour County who's working on any project in our impact area can apply for a grant up to $3,000. It's a really great way to get a new project going, or if you just need that little extra money to kind of finish up a project that has been ongoing. The greatest thing about the community fund, I will say, is that we were actually able to pull all of our new partner agencies from that community fund. So we opened up the application for new partner agencies to anyone who over the past couple of years had been applying to us for community fund dollars, because we knew that those were the organizations that most wanted to work with us, were already asking us for money. So out of those individuals who already had been working with us, we put out an application. Some applied, and then some were granted partner agency status, which we're really proud of. But that is how we've been able to fund things like helping the Bloomsburg Pool, helping Agape, Agape, Aveling Library, Beyond Violence, Ronald McDonald House, things like Girls on the Run. Some big, some small, but all projects that we're really proud to support. And we hadn't been able to prior to the community fund because we'd always kept our dollars really on our partner agencies. But I'm sure something like the name Agape, a lot of people are very familiar with that organization. They are the Columbia County Human Service Hub. and they were not a partner agency of United Way, which meant that we couldn't work with them. And so that's why the community fund is so important. It allowed us to work with them and then allowed them to eventually become a partner agency, along with all of our other great new agencies. Just calling Agape out because I know many people are familiar with the work they do. So another thing that we're very proud of having and being able to offer to our community, because we do know that there's great organizations beyond our partner agencies, although we are partial to them.
Great. Is there anything else that you would like to share about United Way and how we work?
No, I think, I can definitely, I realize actually I'm not in the public chat, but I'd love to answer questions. I know that for a lot of people, what is United Way? What do we do? I think a lot of people have that about a lot of different things, but this is an awesome opportunity. And thank you, Danielle, for the opportunity to share what United Way does and, be able to talk about it. I'm excited to be able to talk about it for the next 24 hours.
I know, it's exciting. We have so much more in store. And as Adrienne had already mentioned, our next live stream is actually going to be at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And this is where we're going to really be digging into our COVID-19 relief efforts, what that looked like in the community and is still looking like, because that is an ongoing effort that continues to unfold and evolve as we navigate this very interesting time. And also we will be talking about those new partner agencies and also really highlighting basic and emergency needs and that goal and how we're addressing that within the community. We also want to share that at 10 a.m. we have a special giveaway. We actually have a giveaway that we're doing tonight as well. You'll be getting some one lucky donor who's donated between our kickoff and between tomorrow morning. You'll be eligible for some really cool United Way swag. We can't wait to share that with you. Woo! Swag. And then we also have, if you donate between the 10 and 12 p.m. hour, you'll be able to be registered for a $50 Sheets gift card. So in other words, like a gas card, because when we're talking about basic and emergency needs, transportation is definitely one of them. And we'll talk about that when we discuss our revolving car loan program, which is another program United Way does that we're very proud of and excited to share about that. So we do hope that you'll join us tomorrow at 10. We go live on Facebook and on YouTube. And so please make sure that you are talking to us in the chats. Oh, hi, Erin. Thank you. I'm so glad you're learning something new about the United Way. And are there any questions? Does anybody have any questions for us or for Adrienne? I know there's a little bit of a lag, so I'm just going to give it just a few more minutes. I'll also make sure to mention our donation button, and I'm also going to take a minute to share where we're at and what our goal is. So our goal for this Day of Giving, this is the first time that we've done a Day of Giving, first time we've done a live stream. So it's a lot of firsts today, folks. So thanks for holding on with us. But we also, I'm going to bring up our awesome fundraising thermometer. Let's see if it actually will populate. Let me try to share my screen again. Give me one moment, folks. It's like remove the source. Yes, remove the source because it's not coming through. Share my screen. So we have a really cool fundraising thermometer. When you go to our donation page, which again, you'll see right now on our live chat and on the screen right now, you'll be able to see in true time how we're doing and where we're at. So please check back periodically and see that. I'm going to bring that up right now. I'm going to make that our solo, and I'm going to hide this. So you guys, I'm so excited. I'm actually blown away. Our goal for tonight was to surpass $1,000, and you guys have really kicked us through way beyond that. So our goal for for the evening is actually to hit $1,000 on our first launch night. So thank you guys for helping us meet that goal and meet that like, I'm just so excited about that.
That's a little overwhelming. That's
know,
amazing.
so- Yay, thanks everyone. Hi Joni. Joni, hi Joni. Thank you so much for joining us live. And one of the things that normally it does is scroll. The screen share, I think, is a little bit on a lag, but I did want to thank Melvin. I also, let me just pull this up here real quick. Melvin, Taryn, thank you so much for your generous gift, Taryn. Oren, Jessica Brown, Helena Griffith.
Yeah,
You guys are
a great supporter.
Yeah, and Kim, hi Kim, we've got 14 donors so far. John Sweeney, thank you, John. He just gave to us. That was exciting. I saw the little confetti go. I hope you did too. But we're really thrilled that we have already, like, really, you guys are blowing us away. I think one of the things that I've been most impressed with this crazy year is how people come together in times of crisis. And, I'm reminded of that Mr. Rogers quote, which is, look for the helpers. And I just want to thank everyone for your generous gift and for helping us to create like such a fun launch party. We really cannot do it without you guys. And we're so grateful. And I will work on that scrolling fundraiser, but there's Beth. I see Siobhan gave. Again, John Sweeney, thank you so much. And we have 15 donors tonight. That's actually another one of our goals, was to get some new donors in who may have never donated to the United Way. So hopefully when you learn about what we're doing, you feel motivated. And as I said, I really love that when I give my dollar to the United Way, I feel like I'm giving to a trusted friend, and I know that dollar is going to be put to good use. So let's see here. Any final thoughts, Adrienne, that you want to share? I'm actually going to bring Siobhan back. Siobhan, yay! Look at all these fabulous ladies. I'm going to unmute.
Helps us to make an impact. So please dig deep. Whatever you can do, whatever you can give. No gift is too small and no gift is too big. So please go ahead, use that link. Danielle, throw that link up again. People are feeling generous. The confetti is popping up. So while you're in a giving mood, go ahead and give. Put that link right there. Yes, look down below. You can give right there, and you can give every day if you want to. That's fine with us. We're happy about that.
Well, speaking of giving every day, I will say that one of the things that we really wanted to give as an option, or really let people know, is that, for the price of a sandwich, $10 a day, you really can have a significant impact. And it's not as, what's the word? It doesn't dent the wallet as much, but you still have a really big impact. So $10 a month ends up being a really substantial gift at the end of the year, with maybe like not going out to lunch one day out of the month. You can put that $10 I would have spent on a Panera salad towards, helping a pre-K kid, a young student go to pre-K. I mean, I think that's worth a Panera salad a month, but that's just me. So, but yeah, we wanted to really let people know that for the small amount and doing a reoccurring donation every month, that it's going to have a really significant impact on our programs for our partner agencies at the end of the year. So sizable chunks. We know everyone is struggling, that that COVID has really taken us around the block. I don't think any of us expected to be sitting here in October, like when we were in April going, oh, we'll be fine, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But here we are, and we're making the best of it. We're, taking those lemons and making lemonade, and still, the perseverance of the human spirit, I think, is just something that, as a storyteller and a marketing person, I'm always in awe of. So we want to say thank you, everyone. Ooh, hi, Dale. Aw. Thank you. You're inspirational, Dale. I love your photo. Are you a chef?
The love.
I think Dale's a chef.
Cook something for us.
Yeah, really.
Yes.
Healthy Fit Club.
Yeah.
So I did want to do another video. This is actually from Brian Gallagher. He is the CEO of United Way Worldwide. He is the one who runs the global organization, and he's going to share a little bit about what it means to him to be a part of United Way as our leader, and then also what got him into social service. So I'm going to just bring that in. Thanks, ladies.
One of the most human things I've ever felt, having this small broken body in my hands, and how the water is easier for him. I'm the one doing the work for him. His disposition changes. He smiles. I was a swim coach for physically handicapped kids. I had this feeling like, oh my God, I'm making a difference in this 10-year-old boy's life right now. And it's at that moment I thought, wow, this is what I want to do with my life. Social work, loved it. My mom grew up in Glasgow, Scotland, immigrated. She was sweet and strong. I was the fourth of 6 kids. We weren't easy, the house wasn't easy, her husband wasn't easy, but she was incredibly smart and she cared about other people. I still remember the first time people were looking at us because my mom was using food stamps. My father grew up in Ireland, had an 8th grade education, immigrated, worked a lot of jobs. I think we would describe our family as working poor. We were a manufacturing region in Northwest Indiana, pumping tons of sulfur and other things into the air, and I remember that smell. Out of high school, most of my friends went into the mills. I was going to make the world a better place.
I first saw Brian speak at a conference. He was talking about his vision for United Way. He just painted a picture of the future that was something that you have to be a part of.
United Way exists to create conditions to help people live better lives. We're designed for people to come together to care for one another.
You know, the world is so different today. The world is changing so fast.
We needed to make United Way new and fresh and relevant.
Digital technology is blowing apart all business models and speeding everything up.
When you focus on other people, great things happen. When you fight for those who are the most invisible, great things happen. When you meet donors where they are and you tap into their imagination about what's possible and you give them a platform on which to engage, amazing things happen.
Who's ever listening to this right now, the only way that in the long term you'll succeed is if the vast majority of the people in your community succeed. One of the things I've learned in my career is that if you see the world through somebody else's eyes and then act on compassion, good things happen.
Yay, we're back. Yay.
Yay.
So we just wanted to say, oh, and thank you, Scylla, thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, Dale's telling us that he's a former chef, now a person of recovery. What a beautiful story.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Dale. Yes, he's saying that United in Recovery is helping to build and save lives, and it truly is. So thank you, Dale. We appreciate your support. And we also, we weren't kidding about coming to cook some food for us. So let us know what we can
We're
do
not.
to
No.
make that happen. Adrian and Siobhan, thank you so much for making this such a special launch party, for being here, for all that you do, for your incredible efforts and leadership. I'm very proud to be a part of this organization and very proud to work alongside such powerful and wonderful females and leaders, period. So did you have any final thoughts or things that you wanted to share?
Well, I'll just say thank you to both of you again. And Siobhan, I always love that energy. I'm sure no one has any doubt why we've picked you to be our board president this year. And I will definitely say that, just on a serious note, that COVID-19 has had a very serious impact on our area nonprofits. They were shut down for months. Many had to forgo all of their fundraising in the spring and summer, and have been creative and wonderful, and very innovative in finding new ways to fundraise this fall. But it's not the same as being in person. So as Siobhan has said a couple of times tonight, we ask you to give and give generously. This money is going directly to them to make sure that they're still here. These are the organizations that are keeping your kids while you're at work, that are creating, healthy programming, that are helping to feed people in our area. So thank you so much for those who have given so far. It has truly blown us out of the water. Danielle spent hours of planning, and we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how much we could possibly get, and to have so surpassed what we thought we could do, just tonight is wonderful. But it only means that those possible stretch goals are out there. So thank you, everybody, and we're looking forward to a really great 24 hours of knowledge and donations.
And I just want to follow that up by saying we're having so much fun because of you all, because of your generosity, because of the enthusiasm and the love that we're feeling coming from YouTube, coming from Facebook, coming from watch parties. I want to give a big shout out to one of my awesome co-chairs, our vice president, Liz Masich, who just sent some love as well. This is what is keeping us going. And if you like this and you want to donate to keep seeing this show going, we'll come back again. We'll do it again. Put money in there and we'll make it happen. But no, seriously, I want to say thank you so much to our partner agencies who do the hard work of carrying out the mission of the United Way daily. We could not make this possible without you. Thank you so much to our awesome board members who are really resolute in their commitment to prioritizing the needs of our community. Thank you to Danielle for all that you are doing. Danielle, did y'all see that Danielle has her own fan club? Listen, all the comments have been about Danielle. I see your sister showing up. Shout out to Danielle's sister in the house. This is a new deserve all the love that you are getting, because Danielle really is like Miss United Way. I'm giving you the award. You are now Miss United Way.
Oh, no. We are 100% a team. I just threatened bodily harm if my family members did show.
The other side of nonprofit work.
I was like, you need to be here or I will never speak to you again.
But no matter the mechanism to get them here, they're here. And look at all.
I know, and they would have been here regardless. They didn't need bodily harm. They're very supportive, loving family, and they just believe in the work that we're doing. I think they heard about how excited I am, and again, how grateful I am. Working with loving the people that you work with makes going to work very fun and easy to do, and then to boot, like, I'm so passionate about the work that we're doing. So yeah, I love that. Oh, and by the way, Dale mentions that he makes a mean apple pie. So
listen, we need to have a United Way bake sale. Dale can help with that.
I love this.
We can take mobile.
Okay. Well, pick up. I also wanted to shout out Liz. Thank you so much. Liz is one of our board members. So Liz, thank you so much for tuning in. You're amazing. You are definitely one of our treasured board members, and we treasure all of our board members, but I love a board member who comments in the chat. Hint, hint. So, well, without any, I think that we're actually at the end of the hour. I can't believe it went by so fast. So I wanted to thank again everyone, our live audience, for coming, and remind everyone that this is just the start. We are kicking this off tonight. We will go until tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So make sure, I know that it's throughout the day, but we tried to make it on like lunch and break times so that you could tune in. We have a 10 a.m. We're doing health and wellness, basic and emergency needs. 12 p.m. is health and wellness. I'll mention the giveaways again. 10 a.m. is the Sheets gift card if you donate between 10 and noon. If you donate between noon and 2 during the health and wellness, you could get a gym membership to N4Cs in Benton or the Danville Area Community Center. We also have 2 p.m. we'll be sharing about United in Recovery. So Olivia Oden, our incredible stigma reduction education coordinator, will be joining us, and we'll be sharing some testimonies from our recent storytelling event called Recovery Stories. And then at 4 p.m. we'll be doing a live stream from the Bloomsburg Children's Museum, and we'll get a sneak peek at their latest exhibit. So, and the giveaway for that is a family membership. So that's like a $95 value. You get 5 people can attend all year long, unlimited, and then they get 5 passes, 10% discount at the gift store on all classes, all camps. I mean, it's more than a $95 value. I'll tell you that much. I was like, I want that. Can I get that? Well, donate so I can make sure I can get that too, because that's a good deal. Thank you again, John. Thank you for all the good work for helping us. Thank you again. I loved that I was like watching the fundraising thermometer when you gave, because it like did all the little sparkly things, and I was like, yeah, awesome. John. So,
yes.
So thank you. Thank you, John. And again, tune in tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. We'll be here. We're same channel, same dial. Make sure you show up. And I just want to thank you again, Adrian and Siobhan, for making this such a fun kickoff, and for being so willing to be my guinea pigs and testing out our first live stream. So thank you, everyone. And thank you to our audience, and we'll see you tomorrow at 10.
Thanks, everybody. This has been so much fun.
Bye.
Bye.